No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And Murray's going to keep this. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Now Matt Prater for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. You look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Murray going to keep this himself on the draw. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Murray going to look to run on the draw. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
On second down, a run with Hall.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Off play action, Fields. They'll roll him out right, and they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Murray now on first down. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Here's Murray. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Murray now running left off the option. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Murray now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Justin Fields and the rest of the Chicago offense. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. B.J. Ojulari in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Hall on a give up the middle. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll run with Hall. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Breece Hall with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Murray from midfield. A short one here, caught by McBride. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Murray. Buying time to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
Hunt will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point good by Prater, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Play action. It's Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break. Fields. He'll fire deep, looking for more. That is incomplete. So we're at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the 2nd half gets started. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good 1st half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Again, Murray will keep it. There he goes, right side. He's on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray 78 yards. And the Cardinals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Now a first down throw, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. A give running right is Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Award that tackle for loss to the safety, Budda Baker.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Fields on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Cards force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That's taken in by Callaway. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. This is Hunt on the draw play. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Murray now to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
On the move to his Murray fighting, lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now on comes the Bears offense as he'll be called in to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Dancing away at the 35. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 7-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And Touchdown. Out is Prater to kick. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he returns this to the 22. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here this fourth quarter. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's Fields. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fields. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19. Fields now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again, Fields. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that. On 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll try to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Breece Hall. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season. And those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Cards look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there caught by Gallup. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
2nd down and 6 now. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Fields. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Bears. Breece Hall, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Cardinals, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.